We are here at the McAuliffe Center for Integrated Science Learning at Framingham State University. I am a director of the center. I am a scientist, I am a physicist and space scientist, but over the years I've been more involved with education projects until a few years ago I was appointed to be the director of this Center for Science Learning. As women in science and engineering, we are a little bit more of an elite group, but that is becoming much more less of elite, which I appreciate very much. I had the experience of working with women of the previous generation who really had to fight to be able to have their positions, to be able to do the science they wanted to. And I always felt that their work and their fights were the one that allowed me probably not to experience particular obstacles. These figures of women that actually have achieved a lot, even if maybe they were not accredited for all the work that they did, unjustly not credited. But these were women that learned how to deal with reality, to keep going no matter what. And actually, you need to be very aware of the environment you're in to be able to work through it no matter what, and around it no matter what. I'm still dealing with that in my daily work. As a woman in a science and engineering environment, people would immediately address me as Ms. or of some sort. And I had to explain, no, I'm a doctor. I had to add in the signature to my email to say, doctor. I never thought about that. But people would read an email, the way they would reply to my email, or when they would ask where my office was in the building, and it was clear that they were either looking for an administrative assistant or someone who dealt with education, so must be, just a teacher, quote unquote. And so it was very interesting, so I realized that there were maybe subconscious processes going on, but they're just associated with the fact that there's a woman working in a place like MIT. Chances were that I was not a PhD scientist. I have a different cultural experience related to my formation years. I'm originally from Italy, and growing up in Italy and being a kid interested in, again, science engineering, that I didn't know exactly what was what, but I was always doing things. I never perceived that interest was not something that was not for girls, or something that I wouldn't be able to get involved in, because again, maybe my skills wouldn't be that good. It was never part of the conversation. Most of my math and science teachers were females in the K-12 process. Most of my college, not most, but probably 50% of my college professors in the universities were women. I have great role models that I would see on TV or read about in the news that were women. Growing up, that was not an issue for me. It became an issue when I actually moved to the United States, and I realized that there were people concerned about the fact that as a woman in science, I should have some kind of support, extra support, which I appreciated. I appreciated the concern, but for me it was just kind of strange. And then I realized, I say, oh, okay, there is a different dynamic. We need to learn how to be really confident, and my message usually is with people that are, again, men and women, who are starting up either in a career or are starting up as learners in this field, planning to develop a career. They have to develop both their competence and really be competent in their fields, but also their confidence. In my case, personally, I think things have changed because I have become more confident, and I also learned how to introduce myself in a way that I hope is not off-putting, of course, but establish that, yes, I am a PhD scientist, and yes, now I work in directing a Center for Science Learning, not because it's a demotion, but it's because of my competence in the science field and my interest in learning about pedagogy, in learning about proper communication, in learning about managing large projects, I think I can make a difference in the learning experience of younger people, college students, and the general public.